Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. It's time for an unboxing first impression video, and today it's this one. Bad Boy Superstars. I bought this from Dillard's at the same time as the One Gold, and now we're going to crack into it and see, is this just the exact same as the original Bad Boy? So this is a collector's edition, and Herrera does those all the time. Herrera will do like a one-off limited edition of almost every fragrance line that they have. So it's possible that this is one of those where it's a little bit different than the original Bad Boy, and it's just a limited edition for this year, and then next year they'll do another one and another one and another one. Or it's the exact same thing as this, just in a stupid box. But with the chrome bottle though. Wow! Let's jump into it. Let's check it out. So the reason there's a little bit of confusion here is originally when this was announced, most people were thinking, yeah, it's just the same thing, only in a new bottle, which Paco Rabanne has done that a bunch with 1 million, for example. And then when I looked at the notes, they looked like they might be a little bit different, like a little tweak. So I thought, well, maybe it's a different fragrance, limited edition, like I said. When you look at the packaging, there's nothing here that says that it's a limited edition of this. It just says Bad Boy Superstars. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the sides, the top, the back, nothing to say that it's just a repackaging. So I will say that if this is just a repackaging, Herrera, he could let people know. That'd be cool. I've got no fragrances on, so when I unbox this, we're gonna do one arm with the original and one arm with this. We're gonna see, so let's open it up. Now this is possibly just me, but I really hate these limited edition packages like this. I don't like them. Like Invictus Onyx had something similar where you've got the plastic sleeve that slides down over it. I don't like it. I know some people are sure to like it, but I don't. So this is how it comes. It's got this little cardboard thing here that you lift out, and then this is chrome, which is great because that's gonna be a fingerprint magnet, and it just opens like that. It's like a little floppy door. Come out. 10751, that's my batch code. Oh man, I love it actually. It has that same effect that the One Gold has, where you look at it and you see yourself and it's like a carnival mirror, and your face is all warped and distorted looking. Moment of truth. We're gonna spray it on. I'm getting physically and mentally prepared for this situation. 2 sprays. 2 sprays. Pretty much the same. If there are differences, they are minor. So yeah, there is like a really slight difference between the two that's starting to pop out. And that's that Superstars appears to be slightly more citric in nature off the top. So the citrus is a little bit more pronounced. The original Bad Boy is starting to go into like that Tonka sort of feeling that it has a lot quicker than Superstars. Again, that could just be because of the difference in age of the bottles here, but Superstars has more of a fresh opening with a little bit more of a sweet tinge in the sense of it having like slightly more of a bubblegum type sweetness, whereas the original Bad Boy is starting to sag into that cocoa Tonka. You can tell that they're of the same ilk, the same family and everything, but Superstars has more of a youthful tinge, which Bad Boy is already a youthful scent, right? But Superstars, to me, coming across a little more, just a little more citrusy, a little more bubblegummy sweet. Other than that, pretty similar. Definitely the type of fragrance that when it pops up on Fragrantica, people are gonna say, this smells like this. I would also tell you that there's gonna be a lot of people that say, this is the exact same, and you're gonna have people that tell you, no, it is not the exact same. It's gonna be one of those type of scents. To me, up close, they're different, but if you were moving around somebody, I don't know, if they caught it in a whiff coming off you, that they'd be able to tell the difference between one or the other. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run upstairs, okay? Very scientific. I'm gonna have my wife smell these. I'm not gonna tell her that, you know, this is a potential re-release of the same thing. I'm just gonna have her smell both sides and say, what do you think? And see if she can tell that they're different or if she thinks they smell the exact same. So I'll be right back. Oh, I am back. Had my wife smell both of these, didn't tell her what they were, and she doesn't think they really smell all that similar. A little bit similar, but not that close. I gotta say, the longer that this stays on my skin, the more I agree. She actually said that Superstars had kind of a resemblance to Phantom by Paco Rabanne. Now that's gonna be because of that fruity sweetness that this one has, where it really makes that a focal point of the scent. It doesn't have as much of that vanillic kind of sweetness that Phantom has, but it definitely has more of a, if you wanna call it bubblegum type sweetness, than the original does. So the original really quickly segs out of the citrus opening and goes into that cocoa and tonka with a bit of wood, touch of sage, but it goes into that warm kind of sweetness really quickly. Whereas Superstars lingers for a bit longer on the citrus, and it has more, again, like I said, that bubblegum type sweetness before it starts making its way eventually into that tonka cocoa kind of base. My wife, between the two, likes this one more, thinks it smells better, so she likes Superstars. And I gotta say, wearing them right now side by side, I definitely think that they're, you know, fairly close as far as how they smell, but I prefer Superstars too. It's kind of an interesting thing where their fragrances are really similar and then they kind of start to go apart and then they start to come back together the longer that it stays on your skin. But I like Superstars a bit more, even though typically I shy away from that bubblegum type sweetness, and I really am not a huge fan of Phantom at this point. I think that this is pretty good. I don't know that I like it more than Bad Boy Le Parfum. I think that one's probably a little bit more interesting, but I haven't compared those side by side yet, obviously. But yeah, overall, not the same. My wife thinks that the two fragrances aren't that close, at least when she smelled them. She was like, no, they're definitely different. I don't think that they're, you know, super similar. But for me, I think going back and forth, that they are pretty close. Close enough that people will find potentially this being redundant if they already own the original. I would say between the two, if you don't own the original and you're interested, I think this one's better by a little bit. Don't really like the fingerprint magnet part of the bottle, but then that's also offset by the carnival mirror effect of looking in it. So it's kind of like a, you know, a loss and a win at the same time. Can't tell you guys about the performance because I just sprayed it on a while ago. You know, it's not even all the way off my skin yet, but it seems to be performing pretty well. It's projecting, I can pick it up easily. Not one of those fragrances where I have to kind of search for it. You could wear that in the fall, wear it in the winter. I think you could pull it off in the spring also. It's gonna lean maybe toward nighttime wear like all the Bad Boy line, but you can wear it during the day also. So there we go. Superstars, Bad Boy, Superstars. Lots of confusion about this one, even still after this video. I imagine there's going to be confusion as to whether it is just a collector's edition bottle with the exact same fragrance. From what I'm smelling here, side by side, it is not. It's an actual different flanker. And like I said at the beginning, that does make sense with what Herrera does. And I'll give you just a quick example of what I'm talking about. So I just grabbed a ton of Herrera fragrances just to kind of make my point that I think that this is probably an actual flanker that is just a limited edition that'll be gone after this year. So this is the original 212. And there are a lot of limited edition, well, you know, single year fragrances that come out that are flankers of that. For example, here's 212 Aqua, and then you have 212 VIP, which is right here. And same thing with that. You have 212 VIP Men Wins that came out this year. You've got Party Fever that came out, was a couple years ago, I think. And then you've got CH Men, remember that one? And same thing with that, year over year. You've got flankers that come out like Grand Tour, Central Park, and more recently, things like Kings or Beasts. All these fragrances, Herrera puts out as a single release for that year. It's a limited edition, And the next year, they come out with something new. So with this house in particular, I think more than anyone, they do it with every line, it seems like. So you do have fragrance lines like CK1, where they come out with the summer edition every year, or Hilfiger does that as well. Issey Miyake does that. That's a little bit different. With those yearly summer releases, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, here's another collectible bottle and a nice, pleasant throwaway kind of scent. A lot of houses do that, but not as many houses will take their main lines and do flankers every single year, but have those out for just 1 year. Herrera does that religiously. Other houses, not so much. So in my opinion, and again, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, what this is Herrera just doing what they've always done, only now for Bad Boy. So there we go. Herrera, Bad Boy, Superstars. If you have smelled that one, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. As always, thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.